What is up, everyone? It is me, Wyatt the Scarecrow here, and today I'm going to be unboxing and setting up the Spirit Halloween 2024 Gravestone Ghoul. So real quick, I want to point out some few things. One, if I talk a little weird in this video, that is because I'm a little bit congested. Not fully, like it's nothing too crazy, but I'm a little bit congested. Like my nose is a little clogged a little bit, so I might sound a little bit crappy, so I'm sorry about that. It's because of the weather, since we are now entering Halloween, September. It's gonna get cold out, so getting a little bit congested here. And this camera angle is a little bit different because obviously we're in my second garage right now. This is the garage where I have my haunt set up, and literally right behind the camera, I have my whole haunt set up, so I don't want to show any of that just yet. Even though I did make a teaser about it, I don't want to show the full thing just yet, so this camera angle might be a little bit different. That's because I have it pressed up all the way against one of my displays, so the camera angle is a little bit tight, but just bear with me here. Another thing is I would be filming this video outside, but since it is very, very windy out, I didn't want to film outside because, you know, whenever I film outside, when it's always windy, the audio of the video gets messed up and you can't even barely hear what I am saying half the time throughout the video. So sorry about that, but it's just gonna have to be like this as of right now, but it was all right. But anyways, Gravestone Ghoul. I got this guy yesterday at my local Spirit Halloween, and I'm really happy I was able to get him. He is $180, $179.99, but with a 20% off coupon, which I did have, it made him $154 or around 150 bucks, and that is an amazing price for this guy, and I'm just overall happy I was able to snag this guy. So I picked this guy up, like I already said yesterday, at my local Spirit Halloween, the one in Mansfield, Ohio. This is where I got him from, and I am just overall happy I was finally able to get this animatronic, because this was one I was really, really looking forward to getting this year. Mostly all the props I've been getting this year are ones I've been really looking forward to. But this one, I think is really cool. He's a really cool zombie animatronic, and I really love his overall look. I love his concept. I love how he has a tombstone. It is really, really cool. I'm really loving the tombstone props that we are getting now, and he is really awesome. And another cool thing about him is, just like with Max Straw, he is weatherproof. This is another weatherproof Spirit Halloween animatronic. We have him, like I already said, Max Straw, and Giant Death Ray, obviously, because he's 10 feet tall. But I am just so surprised that this prop is actually weatherproof. I did not expect this guy to be weatherproof whenever he first got released all the way back in June. I didn't even know this guy was weatherproof, so that is interesting. But this animatronic has a very tiny box, as this prop only stands at 3 feet tall, but that's all right because it's good for storage. But anyways, I'll show you a quick look at the box. It says Spirit Gravestone Ghoul, has an image of him, and then right here on the side has 2 images of him. I might as well just show you. There it is. Basically just says the same thing. And then over here, another full image of him. And then the back has his story and his price, like I already said, $179.99. But with a coupon, he is $150 or just $154. That was my total I paid for him. But anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and just open this guy right up. Now, I am telling you guys right now, I did open this box up firsthand, because when I got him in the store, my mom did tell me that it looked like his box was already opened. So I opened the box up just to make sure everything was all good in there, and it is. So that was all right though. So this is my second time opening up the box. By the way, if I could tilt it, this is the first thing you see when you open up his box. You see his instructions, which is the first thing I'm going to be pulling out. So right here, we have Gravestone Ghoul's instructions, which I am probably not going to be using because this is a very simple setup, but those are the instructions. Next up, we have his clothes, and I do want to take these out of the bag so I could feel these. And just letting you guys know, I forgot to mention, this guy is in store, but he is in box only. So this prop is only going to be available in box. He's not going to be set up, but if your local store is missing an animatronic, they're going to have this guy set up for a filler. But anyways, his clothes. Oh, wow. Okay. So his clothes kind of have that inflatable kind of like material. Wow, his clothes are actually, he's got some tiny clothes. There is his whole outfit. I can get all stretched out. There it is. Now, in this box is his head, and we're gonna go ahead and take it out together. So, here we go. Wow, okay, this is actually tiny. It's a lot smaller than I thought. All right, here is Gravestone Ghoul's head. There it is. There is a wire caught in his hair. There's the wire. It's kind of caught in his hair. But anyways, there is Gravestone Ghoul. He has a loose jaw, kind of like Barry. But yeah, and there also is a spring because of his movement. But yeah, there is his head. It is a small head. Like, look at it. That is very tiny. Like, my whole hand can wrap around it. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Next up, we have his adapter, which is already kind of opened. Whoa, okay. This is kind of an interesting adapter right here, since this guy is weatherproof. Yeah, kind of interesting adapter. Right here, we got one of the arms with the hands. He has a pretty tiny arm, honestly. Yeah, there it is, though. There's his hand. Really like the detail on it. This is his right hand. Right here, we have the other arm with hand. Awesome detail as well. So there is the other arm. Next, we have is his shoulder piece with control box. And again, this is a lot smaller than I thought. Right here, we have his controls. Got his volume knob. I'm going to make sure he is all the way up. And then he has a rubber thing on a switch. He has this stuff right here. So this prop is indeed weatherproof. So that is awesome. Next, we have his small hip hoop. Whoops. There it is. Next, we have his mechanism right here. Next, we have his tombstone. And it is a nice plastic. This is a really, really cool looking tombstone. There it is. And it says, in memory of our dear friend. Yeah, this thing is very, very cool in person. The only thing left in this box are his ground stakes and his base. So now that we got everything out of his box, let's get to his setup. Here's a quick overlook of all of Gravestone Ghoul's parts. So once you take Gravestone Ghoul out of his box, you should have his adapter, his ground stakes, his mechanism, his hip hoop, tombstone, shoulder piece with control box all in one piece, his head, his arms, his clothes, and his instructions. So not a lot of pieces for this very small prop, so this video should be a little bit quick. But anyways, without further ado, let's set up Gravestone Ghoul. Stupidly enough, I forgot to mention you should also have the base, obviously. So my bad for that. So before I start setting this guy up, just letting you guys know, if you do get Gravestone Ghoul and if you see these foam pieces on like this notch area, do not take these off, because I just realized that these are glued on and there were zip ties on them, so I did cut them. So do not take them off. These are going to be on for, I don't even know why, but this is part of the prop, so you do not want to take this off. I thought this was for protection, but no, it's actually part of the prop space. But with that all out the way, let's go ahead and start putting this guy together. So first things first, you want to take the mechanism and snap lock that on to the base. There are no leg pulls, no nothing. It just goes on just like that. Now you want to go ahead and add his hip hoop. After connecting the hip hoop, you want to go ahead and throw on his clothes. Cool thing I just realized is that there are actual fabric things on the pieces of Velcro to ensure that they do not get caught on any of the creepy cloth or any of the other stuff, which is awesome. Now you want to go ahead and take the shoulder piece with control box and go ahead and snap lock it on to the mechanism. You also want to find the white wire coming from the mechanism and the wire coming from the control box and go ahead and connect that. It should look just like this. Now this would be a perfect time to find the IR sensor that is already connected to the control box and go ahead and find the Velcro strip inside the clothes and also find the hole that is in the middle of the clothes and go ahead and connect it just like that. Now this is a perfect time to go ahead and add his head. After putting on the head, you want to go ahead and take the wire coming from the head and connect it to the wire coming from the control box, ensuring you screw it on so it is tight. Now you want to go ahead and slide in his arms. Once you got the arm all the way through the sleeve, you want to go ahead and connect the arm using the fork connection. Now go ahead and repeat the same step with the other arm. The arms should be looking just like this. Now, quick thing to note, make sure that this does not overlap on this because it will catch the arm and probably hinder the movement. So make sure it should look just like this with this kind of circle piece facing this way because you do not want this getting caught and risk damaging your prop. To connect Gravestone Ghoul's adapter, you want to go ahead and take the end piece of your adapter and just go ahead and plug it in like you would do with any other prop, but this time you're going to screw it in. So if you are using this guy outside, no water will get into the control box and break him. So make sure it is really nicely tight. For connecting the tombstone, you want to go ahead and find the 2 holes at the bottom and go ahead and just simply slide them on to the poles that are in the front. Now that you got the tombstone on, you want to go ahead and connect the Velcro coming from the sleeve, connecting it to the hand, and go ahead and finding that little circle piece at the bottom of his hand, and going ahead and finding the hole in the top of the tombstone and connecting his hand just like so. Repeat the same step with the other arm. And here is Gravestone Ghoul all set up in all of his glory. He is super duper cool in person. It does really suck that this guy is in box only, but I am still glad I was able to get him because he is so cool. I absolutely love him, and he just looks so awesome. But anyways, without further ado, let's get to his demo. All right, Gravestone Ghoul is all ready. I have them all plugged up. I'm super happy that his adapter is long, so I don't have to use an extension cord. But here we go. Oh, dang. He went immediately. There he is. Wow, I was not expecting him to immediately activate. There he is. All right, everyone, so that was the Spirit Halloween 2024 Gravestone Ghoul animatronic. What do I overall think of this guy? Well, I'm telling you guys straight off the bat, he is absolutely amazing. I am super impressed with this animatronic. He is super cool. I love his overall detail. I love his quality, and it is awesome. If you are a new haunter in the community, I highly recommend you get him because he is an awesome starter prop, and he is super amazing. But $180 is, I think, a little bit steep for what this is. I mean, if you get him with a coupon, that's awesome. His price is only $150, like I mentioned earlier in the video, but I honestly think $180 is a little bit much because plus tax, it would be like $200. And is this really worth $200? I would say get something else for $200, but for what this guy is, he is absolutely amazing, and I still highly recommend him. He is awesome. His detail on his tombstone is amazing. His hands are amazing. His face, even though, yeah, he has a pretty small head than what I was expecting, he is still pretty cool. I'm really happy with his overall looks. His animation is super smooth. I am really happy with the way his animation is. Very, very smooth. Awesome. And honestly, I don't think I'll have any issues with this guy later on in the future. I don't think I foresee having this guy breaking later on because his quality is amazing and he is absolutely awesome. And honestly, I am so glad that this guy is weatherproof because this guy will go perfect in your graveyard, in your front yard, anywhere. It is awesome. And I'm just really surprised how much like durability and how much like his quality is built in this small character. Like his quality is awesome, his welds are awesome, and he's just a overall cool animatronic. Even though it really doesn't make sense to have a zombie with a tombstone and a carnival, but it's all right. I think it's cool, and he is still awesome. And I cannot wait to use this guy in my haunt this year because he's gonna fit perfectly. I have about, this is like my third tombstone animatronic that is going in my haunt, and probably my third tombstone animatronic I've ever owned, and that is awesome. I am really liking these tombstone animatronics. They keep getting more unique and unique as like they keep going, and I absolutely love this guy. He is awesome. He is loud, and he is also on constant too, which is awesome. So I can have this guy keep going nonstop. So that is awesome. Terribly sorry the way this video is. I know I don't sound really energized like I always am, is because again, a little bit congested, a little bit, you know, hacking, sneezing, everything. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully I'll be good later on, but I am just like this right now. It's just a little bit under the weather, I guess you could say, just coughing, you know, under the weather, congested. But hey, that was all right. I am hoping to feel better probably in the next few days. But yeah, but still, I still have the courage to make a video. This guy is absolutely amazing, and I highly recommend him. He is just awesome, awesome zombie animatronic, and I just can't go over it. Like, I am very impressed with this animatronic. His detail and how he is in person is just amazing, and I can't stop saying it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to have to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until then, this has been me, Wyatt the Scarecrow. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.